Today, in continuation with the chapter Manufacturing Industries, our subtopic is Aluminium Smelting. We have studied already about iron ore and we have learnt about the uses of iron ore, why it is called as backbone of modern industrialization, then factors affecting location of iron and steel industry. So similar to iron as a metal, we are going to today learn about aluminium as a metal, its uses and its importance. So first point that is mentioned in your textbook also, it is the second most important metallurgical industry. After iron ore, aluminium is number 2 in position, in importance, in production and in the industrialization of our country. And why it holds the second important position in terms of metallurgy? Because it is very lightweight metal. It can be made strong by mixing with other metals. Then it is a very good conductor of heat and electricity. It is resistant to corrosion. जंग नहीं लगते हैं, stable metal है, और it is malleable. It can be beaten into sheets. It is ductile. Other properties include luster, sound, all right, sonorous, malleable, ductile. It is used to manufacture aircraft. It is most important because aeroplane body, aeroplane frame must be light in weight, must be very strong. It should be non-corrosive. All right, because of these properties, aluminium is indispensable for the aircraft manufacturing industries. Then the utensils are there, pressure cookers and aluminium made utensils are there. Now glass frames are there. In construction also, warehousing also, a lot of use of aluminium has increased. Then aluminium wires are there. Aluminium wires are replaced with copper. So because of the following reasons mentioned here, it is used and it is widely popular in the metallurgical industry. Nowadays, it has replaced, it is used as a substitute to steel, copper, zinc, and lead. Previously, where steel was used, or copper was used, or zinc was used, now aluminium and aluminium metalloids are also used. And like car wheels and wheel covers are also made out of aluminium and aluminium alloys. So it is gaining popularity. This industry is gaining much popularity. From the book also, we come to know that there are 8 aluminium smelting plants in our country, and most of them belong to the government only, aluminium, except Hindalco, that is run by Aditya Birla in the private sector. Otherwise, most of the aluminium plants are in the public sector, government owned, and they are NALCO, National Aluminium Company Limited, and BALCO, that is Bharat Aluminium Company Limited. Physical properties of aluminium, we are going to learn that aluminium ore is known as bauxite. You have rightly said, and it is very heavy or bulky in weight. And the ore means bauxite is very heavy and bulky, and it appears reddish brown in color, and it is clay-like substance. All right, it has clay texture. So that is the physical description about bauxite. And aluminium is extracted from bauxite through smelting, and that smelting is electrolysis process. The method of smelting of or getting aluminium from bauxite is known as electrolysis. All right. So electrolysis uses a lot of electricity, and because of that electrolysis process, the aluminium ore is formed. That means from 6 tons of bauxite, we get 1 ton of aluminium. And that aluminium, because of electrolysis process, it consumes 18,600 kilowatt hour of energy. So electricity cost is very high. Electricity cost for making or manufacturing aluminium is very high. So in order to get 1 ton of aluminium, we need to spend at least 18,600 kilowatt hour of electricity. Hence, most of the aluminium industries are located near supply of cheap and abundant electricity or power supply. Whenever there is any aluminium industry, so nearby there must be a thermal power station or electric generation. All right. Assured supply of electricity is one essential condition for the location of aluminium industry. Another one is, like any other industry, it needs raw material, and the raw material in this case is bauxite. All right, so bauxite being very heavy, so transportation cost also will increase if the industries are located away from the aluminium ore or bauxite. So, two conditions which are essential for location of aluminium industry are, number one is power supply, and number two is availability of raw material. Then number three is efficient transport. Then number four is cheap labor, cheap and skilled labor. Then we need other factors like infrastructure, market, and facility for export. Right. We have already written one question. Why aluminium industries are located near supply of cheap power? The answer is, we have discussed it. Now I have written the same. Because about 18,600 kilowatt hour of electricity or energy is needed to smelt 6 tons. To smelt 6 tons of bauxite. And from that, 1 ton of aluminium is produced. So 1 ton of aluminium consumes 18,600 kilowatt hour of energy, and energy alone cost about 40 to 50% of the production cost. Hence, you can substantiate your answer. Electricity alone consumes. Second point, electricity alone consumes 60% of the total cost of producing aluminium. Therefore, aluminium industries are located. Number 3. Therefore, aluminium industries are located near cheap and assured power supply. So, in exam, it can be a 3 marks question, and we can make 3 points by explaining the amount of electricity needed, how much of bauxite is needed, and how much of aluminium is obtained from that bauxite, and how much is the cost of production of electricity. Two industries that complement each other is chemical industry and fertilizer industry. The chemical industry is very fast growing and diversifying sector in our country. After independence, we started some manufacturing of organic and inorganic chemicals in our country. And you can name some inorganic chemicals and you can name some organic chemicals. These organic chemicals are mostly the hydrocarbons. So the petroleum, the coal based and the petroleum based and the natural based are based are the organic chemicals, and inorganic chemicals include the paints, the dyes, the soaps, the detergents. We wash the clothes with the help of detergents. Then there are colors, paints, dyes. All these are organic and inorganic chemicals. Then there are chemicals used in the medicines. All right, whatever medicine we use, we consume, they also contain some chemicals on it. So drugs manufacturing is there, medicine and pharmaceuticals are there. All right, for our blood test we need some chemical. Nowadays also there is the use of chemical for RT-PCR test, for COVID test also, rapid antigen test is there. So lot of chemicals are used in several industries. So it is very fast growing and diversifying sector. And India is the third largest producer of chemicals in Asia and 12th in the whole world. So chemical industries, you can get the rough idea from your textbook. And fertilizer industries also are based around source of chemicals, like this nitrogenous chemicals are there, phosphatic chemicals are there, then diammonium phosphate or ammonium phosphate, sulfates are there. So chemicals, mostly sulfates, nitrates are there, which are used in different sectors. So lot of industry, lot of employment, there is lot of scope of earning foreign exchange. And if not we earn foreign exchange, we can become self-reliant. So here also fertilizer, what is the use of fertilizer? Mostly in agriculture. So after Green Revolution, the use of chemical fertilizers in our country has increased. All right, so production of nitrogenous and phosphatic and diammonium phosphatic fertilizers, and then there are some complex fertilizers are also there, which mixes this in different proportions, and then we get the fertilizers. So after Green Revolution, the chemical industry and the fertilizer industry also got a boost. It means a lot of industries have come up in our country. Now, do you think that these chemicals and these fertilizers are very heavy or lightweight? Can anyone answer? बहुत भारी भरकम raw material होंगे या lightweight होंगे?
Lightweight.
Okay, fine. Any other response? तो ये जो है लाइट वेट है, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ लाइट वेट वी कैन लोकेट द इंडस्ट्री फार अवे फ्रॉम देयर रॉ मटेरियल साइड. अगर हम लोग एक ट्रक रॉ मटेरियल ले आए हैं तो हम कम से कम 1 महीना तक इंडस्ट्री को पुल ऑन कर सकते हैं. 1 महीने बाद फिर हम ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉस्ट से फिर एक ट्रक रॉ मटेरियल मंगवा सकते हैं. सो chemical industry and fertilizer industry are decentralized. It means that they are spread in different parts of the country, and it is not necessary to locate them closer to the availability of raw material site. So with very less amount of chemicals also we can start the industry. Is it clear? And decentralization of industry has also helped the country to open up the rural areas, open up the inaccessible areas, and then with any kind of industry, then the infrastructure and urbanization also follows. It means that any industry needs road, electricity, water supply, residential area, and once industry and urban centers grow, that means the area is showing economic progress. ये दोनों इंडस्ट्रीज को एक साथ हम लोग और बुक से सब्सटेंशिएट कर लेंगे, और इनके बारे में जो भी कुछ अगर पॉइंट्स मिलता है तो वो हमको नोट डाउन कर लेने हैं. Inorganic chemicals that we get from the chemical industry are sulfuric acid based. Other chemicals and industries dependent upon the sulfuric acid are fertilizers are there, plastics are there, adhesive and paints are there, car batteries are there. All of these industries depend upon sulfuric acid as their source of raw material. So one of the inorganic chemical is sulfuric acid. Another one is the nitric acid. ठीक है, ये H2SO4 हो गया और ये नाइट्रिक एसिड HNO3 हो गया. अल्कालीज बना सकते हैं, सोडा, कास्टिक सोडा, सोप, डिटर्जेंट, ग्लास, पेपर, ये सब जो है अलग-अलग industries है. These are the industries which depend upon nitric acid as their raw material. And these acids can be transported in less quantity, and then the industries can be decentralized. It can be located anywhere. It's not necessary to locate them near the source of raw material. This is inorganic part. थोड़ा सा organic. Organic chemicals. Now we learn about organic chemicals. Organic chemicals are mostly obtained from petrochemicals. They are the hydrocarbons present in the form of petrochemicals, and synthetic fibers are there, like nylon or rayon or terylene, polyester, acrylic. They are all synthetic fibers used in modern day manufacturing of clothes and garments and jackets. Drugs and pharmaceutical industries also depend upon the organic chemicals. And synthetic rubber, which is used in manufacturing of tire. Automobile tires are also manufactured out of natural rubber as well as synthetic rubber also. To make them stronger, we use some petrochemicals in them. And dyes are there, some natural colors are there, and plastics. So we get several compounds of organic chemicals. All right. So your chemistry teacher can tell you more about all these organic and inorganic chemicals and their uses and how they are manufactured. You might be knowing about your LPG gas cylinder. Which gas is present in LPG? What extra smell is added to the LPG so that it gives a pungent odor? And you know about naphtha, benzene, asphalt. All right, all these are having variety of uses in our day-to-day life. So this industry is very important for us. So, some information related to the fertilizer industry. We have already learned about the uses of fertilizer. After Green Revolution, their use has increased, and we have 57 major fertilizer industry in our country. India is the third largest producer of nitrogenous fertilizer. And we have 29 fertilizer units for manufacturing urea. Urea is one of the most important constituent of fertilizer for the agriculture sector. 9 ammonium sulfate based fertilizer is manufactured. 9 industries are there. Then India imports the phosphates entirely. We do not have reserves of phosphate in our country. So we have 68 small units for making single-use superphosphates in our country. And several other industries like complex fertilizer manufacturing industry is also there. 9 of them are in the government sector and 1 in the cooperative sector in Gujarat. A place named Hazira is there in Gujarat, where there is a cooperative sector. Fertilizer industry belongs to the cooperative sector also. So few other important information from the textbook can be noted down, and you can keep yourself upgraded with the latest edition of the NCERT book. Whatever it provides, you can note down and you can prepare for 1 or 2 mark questions.